This is the City Commission for Neighbors Meeting Action Roundup for May 2nd, 2023. This was a City Commission regular meeting on May 2nd, 2023, with all 9 City Commissioners present. Ordinance Introduction. These come back to the Commission at a future meeting for a final vote. A proposed ordinance to amend Chapters 270, 1422, 1424, and 1426 of city ordinances to remove references to AMZA Construction Board of Appeals, ungender language, and update terms to reflect current city organization. This was in conjunction with a resolution on the agenda to terminate the city's membership in AMZA as well. This was approved 9-0. Ordinance adoption. These were first introduced at a previous meeting prior to this final vote. A proposed update to our zoning ordinance, which guides appropriate uses for land across the city. After a huge plan update in 2020, staff found that sections needed some clarification, some were too restrictive, and some items were unnecessary. This was approved 9-0. Amending our animals chapter to increase the number of hen licenses allowed in the city from 20 to 50. Since the local law was approved to allow residential chickens, we have reached the original limit of 20 licenses. Everything has run smoothly so far, so staff proposes raising the limit to 50. This was approved 8-1 with Commissioner Sophia voting no. Consent agenda. This includes previous meeting minutes, the city manager's report, and resolutions. A note. Resolution 126 was pulled from the consent agenda and placed as a regular resolution to allow for an amendment to change incorrect language in the resolution. This was approved 9-0. Regular resolutions. Resolution 126. Consider authorizing the city manager to execute all documents necessary to sell a city-owned parcel of vacant land in the Fort Custer Industrial Park area to Battle Creek Tax Increment Finance Authority, or BC TIFA, for $1. A note. This resolution was amended to change the buyer of this property from Battle Creek Unlimited BCU to BC TIFA. This was approved 9-0. Resolution 135. Consider seeking support of the City Cannabis Coordinator's denial of an adult use marijuana establishment permit for 100 Leafs LLC at 327 Capitol Avenue Southwest after a public hearing. This was not approved 0-9. A note. By voting down this resolution, the Commission did not uphold the denial of the adult use marijuana establishment permit, and thus the business will be able to operate once all proper documentation and steps are completed. Resolution 128. Consider revoking the Obsolete Property Rehabilitation Act, or OPRA, exemption certificate for Hampton Building LLC, now owned by the Battle Creek Community Foundation. Resolution 129. Consider authorization of a contract with A&H Private Investigation Security Management Incorporated for security guard services at City Hall, and an estimated first-year amount of $47,424.00 with unit prices prevailing. Both of these resolutions were approved 9-0. Resolution 130. Consider seeking acceptance of the lowest responsible bid for 2023 Rehabilitation Program project from Lakeland Asphalt Corporation in an estimated amount of $742,414.00 with unit prices prevailing. This was approved 9-0. Resolution 131. Consider seeking to opt out of a county-wide public transportation authority. This was not approved 2-7 with both Commissioner Simmons and Commissioner Smith voting yes. A note: by voting to not opt out at this time, the Commission leaves the opportunity to revisit this issue at a later time. The Calhoun County Board of Commissioners withdrew the formation of a countywide public transportation authority from their May 4th, 2023 agenda, thus putting this item on an indefinite pause. Resolution 132. Consider acceptance of the lowest responsible bid for Edgebrook Pump Station O-2 Improvement Project from Grand River Construction Incorporated in a not to exceed amount of $5,486,480. Resolution 133. Consider adoption of the 2023-2024 Annual Action Plan and authorizing the city manager to execute required funding approval and agreements with the U.S. Department of Housing and Urban Development. Both of these resolutions were approved 9-0. Resolution 134. Consider amending the flag display policy to allow for the temporary addition under the city flag of any commemorative flag as may be authorized by resolution of the City Commission for no more than 30 days. Resolution 136. Consider the termination of the city's membership in the Battle Creek Area Metropolitan Service Agency, or AMSA. Both of these resolutions were approved 9-0.